today you simple, man. Where you think like where you safe, right? Because of your vault, you got your vault secure your house. We remember, no man, those things won't help you out. That won't be able to help you, right? This is what the Most High say. Jeremiah chapter 19 and verses 9. Let's read it again, man. And I will cause them to eat the flesh of their sons. Understand that? That's, man, that's some real evil right here, man. You see that? And of the flesh of their daughters. And they shall eat every one the flesh of his friend. Whoa. Guess what? When you go to Deuteronomy 28, it didn't even talk about the friend yet. Now the Most High said to Jeremiah, he said, listen, even their own friend, they'll kill their friend. So some of you out there, you're going to have to kill your friend to eat. You're going to have to kill them. And guess what? It still won't serve you, because that's what it's called abomination. That's abominable. So you need to gird up your loins, man. How do you do it? You do it by repenting, coming out from the Christian church, the lie you were taught in the school by your father, your mother. Repent and keep the commandment and serve the Most High, man. You got to make up time for the Most High. Learn the Bible. The brother got ton this video on YouTube, man. It doesn't have to be me. You can go to any camps you like. Whatever camps you want to follow, you go ahead and you follow them. As long as you're making sure that you're keeping the law, the commandment of the Most High, you follow whatever camp you want to follow. You don't have to follow me, right? Because I am nobody. You follow the Most High through Yahweh Shah Mashiach, or you follow Yahweh Shah Mashiach. He's the one that was hanging on the tree in order to give you and me the opportunity to repent and draw nigh to the Most High. So that's the only way you will be delivered from all this evil. When the trucker, those that drive the truck, that bring your food supply to your store, right? Some of these workers, guess what? Some in the health department too, guess what? Those that work in some, listen, I've seen already in France, places already, some people, they're already quitting their job. The people, they're living off, man. And these people, they have like high positions, so I understand that. This is about to get really, really nasty. All right? So let me bring it out. This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 19, and verses 9. And I will cause them to eat the flesh of their sons and the flesh of their daughters. And they shall eat every one the flesh of his friend in the siege and straitness, wherewith the enemies and they that seek their life shall strengthen them. So it's about to happen, man. Who is seeking your life? Who is your enemy? Esau, Edom. Understand that? Esau, Edom. Right? The people, the Most High called Esau, Edom. All right? Understand that? Let's say they're going to come after you. The only people looking for your destruction is Esau, Edom. He's the hunter. He's the cunning hunter. It's just that you don't understand. It's Esau, the ones that conquer you. The people that conquer you and give you Spanish. The one that conquer you and give you English. The one that conquer you and give you what? Portuguese, Italian, and the list goes on and on and on. The one that conquer you and give you French. Those are your real enemy, man. It's just that they're in suit and tie on your TV, your movie, where you don't see that they're the real enemy. Where you think your brother is your enemy. Your brother ain't no your enemy, man. Right? Shalom, 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 king. Your brother is not your enemy, understand that? Your brother is not your enemy, understand that? And we got to put down all this bickering. Oh, where I'm from this camp, blah, blah, blah. No, we don't want to hear that. We're the same nation. At this season, this time right now, where you see all this evil happening, all hell breaking loose, this is the high time that we unite. Not about making a video about this camp and make video about that camp, or this brother said this, blah, blah, blah. Listen, chill out. If you do it against the brother, you do it against the Most High, you do it against Christ. This is not the time. This is the time that we unite. We got to make sure that we pushing for the law and the commandment of the Most High. This is the time for it. We ain't got no time to be bickering, fighting, arguing. Okay, don't post in my group. This is my blah, blah, blah. This is my Facebook page. Blah. Hold on, don't do that. That means you still on the milk. You got to leave off all those things. I've said it before. I got brother, I communicate with brother from different camps. I got brother from different camps. We all have good and brotherly and lovely conversation. Because we family. Because guess what? When the enemy start hunting us down, what are we going to do? Who are we going to run to? Who are we going to run to? What are we going to do if we fighting and we biting one another? Hamashiach, what did he say? He said, a kingdom that is divided against itself shall not stand. We won't be able to stand. The so-called blacks, Latino, and Native, we will not be able to stand. We won't be able to stand. You know why, right? Because we don't love one another. Because we are always fighting, biting one another. We don't want that, all right? We want the brother to love one another, unite. It's not because you belong to that camp, he belongs to this camp. No, man. Don't operate like that. So let's continue. Right. This is Jeremiah chapter 19, right? And verses. Let me just read it first. I'm going to jump to verses. Verses 3. This is the book of Jeremiah chapter 19 and verses 3. Let's read this. This is what the Most High says. And say, hear ye the word of the Lord, O kings of Judah, king of Yahweh. Understand that. Judah are the so-called blacks, African American, right? Understand that. Right? That's right, king. Right? That's right, king. That's right, king. That's right, king. Right? He said, an inhabitant of Jerusalem, that said the Lord of hosts, the Yahweh of Israel. He is the Yahweh of Israel. He is the God of Israel. He's not the God of the whole world, man. Understand? You see, that's why the Chinese, they got their own God. When you take a look at the Arab, they have their own God. When you take a look at the Vietnamese, they have their own God. When you take a look at the East Indian, they have their own gods. Understand that? Right? The Arabs, and the list goes on and on and on. The Japanese, they have their own God, man. Yahweh is the God of the Israelite, the so-called blacks, Latino, and Native. Okay, don't hurt yourself. Don't run to John 3:16 because you don't understand John 3:16. All right? John 3:16, first and foremost, you got to understand. That make you a liar because John 3:16 was what? A conversation that was held in the midst of night. It was in night. It wasn't a broad daylight. And all suddenly, you say God so loved the world. Everybody will be saved. No, that's a lie. Understand that. That's a pure lie. Understand? We just want you to keep that in mind. All right? So don't hurt your own self. Don't kill yourself. All right? Don't do that. All right? Don't do that. Right? He said, behold, I will bring evil upon this place. What did the Most High say he's going to do? The Most High said, behold, I will bring evil upon this place. So the Most High is about to bring evil upon Babylon the Great. It's just that y'all don't believe it. The Most High will bring evil in your house. I just saw on the news like 2 days ago. No, actually, it's been almost like a week. Tomorrow will be like a week, right? It's a Moabite. A Moabite, probably he's from Vietnam, right? A Moabite, he slaughtered, he murdered his father, right? He killed his father and he buried the father, right? Imagine. That's a movie, man. He did a rare movie. He killed his father and he buried the father. 19 years old. You know why? This is America. That's what they say, man. You can do anything you want to do in America. The government said you can kill your father. That's what they say. Yeah, don't touch your baby. Don't touch your son. Leave them alone. If you do that, I'm going to arrest you. I'm going to take you there to the jail. It's called child abuse, blah, blah, blah. Guess what? And then guess what? The government trained the child. They train them through what? The TV, the movie. Look at all these movies they put out there shooting. That's what they do. You see the government going war. They're war in this country, war over there. War. What are they teaching the young children? They're teaching them what? To do evil, to do wickedness. That's all, man. They don't teach them to do righteousness. Do they teach them to do righteousness? No. So he slaughtered, he murdered his father, and he buried his father. That's what he did. So it's about to happen, right? But this time, you're literally going to cook your own friend and your own father. Let's see what the Most High said. The Most High said, behold, Jeremiah 19:3 said, behold, I will bring evil upon this place, the which whosoever heareth, his ear shall tingle. Imagine that, man. Because they have forsaken me. Because what? The so-called blacks, Latino, and Native, what did they do? They have forsook the Most High and became Christian. The main reason why the Most High is going to bring evil upon you is because you forsook the Most High and you became Muslim. Some of you became more idolater and you became Christian. The Most High doesn't like it. The Most High is against it. That's the spirit of the devil. The Most High gave you, ye so-called blacks, Latino, and Native. What did the Most High give you? The laws, the commandment, the statutes, the judgment, and the ordinances. Understand that, man. Until you do that, guess what? You always become what? The son of Satan, the son of the wicked. And you always be the wicked. Understand that. You always be considered the wicked. And that's the main reason why we're coming out here. We let you know, keep the commandment of the Most High, do righteousness, hearken to the Most High, obey the voice of the Most High. Because it's about to get worse, it's about to get nasty. And we know you ain't ready. Right? 80% of our people, so-called blacks, Latino, and Native, you ain't ready. We know for sure. You ain't ready for this thing. The power just being cut off, and then you start crying, oh, my fridge, oh, my food's gonna melt. Man, come on, man. It's about to get worse than that, man. Because they have forsaken me and have estranged this place and have burned incense in it unto other gods. What did they do? They burn incense to other gods. They worship who? Caesar Borgia. A lot of our people, they worship war. Esau, Edom, they worship Caesar Borgia, the son of Alexander saith. The Pope Alexander says they worship him. Our people in Mexico, our people in West Africa, our people in Central and South Africa, right? They worship who? The idol. They worship the cross. Some they worship the image. All right? All right? Let us read. He said, because they have forsaken me and have estranged this place and have burned incense in it unto other gods, whom neither they nor their father have known. So guess what? And that's why we tell you, brothers and sisters, understand this, man. Understand it. I want you to fully pay attention. Pay full attention to this, man. To you out there, you're running around, you're calling yourself Christian. You are in the darkness, man. Come out of darkness. Receive the light. Receive Yahweh Shah Mashiach. All right? Receive Yahweh Shah Mashiach. Let me show you this again. Let's see what the Most High said. Whom neither they nor their father have known. You see that? So the Most High said, our forefathers, they did not know about Christianity. They didn't know about the Christian church. There was no Christianity in the time of Moses. And there was no Islam in the time of Moses. None of those things that you follow, ye so-called blacks, Latino, and Native. That's why the Most High is mad. The Most High said, you worshiping God that your forefather did not know. We didn't know this thing. So why do we bow down to them? Why do we follow Christianity? Why do we bow down to the Islam? Why do we do those things? Why are we provoking the Most High? Because y'all don't see that you're provoking the Most High Yahweh all day long, man. Continually in everything that we do. The way we eat, the way we dress up, whatever we do, we always provoking the Most High. He said, now the kings of Judah and have filled this place with the blood of innocent. You see what? Black on black crimes, right? Black on black crimes. Latino versus Latino, Mexican versus Mexican, black versus Latino, and the list goes on and on and on. That's all you see in our community, man. We want to put out there YouTube for copywriting. If you have music in the background, it's not our music. We do not own the music, and it is not our music. All right, we want to put out there for YouTube copywriting like that. All right, let us continue. He said, let me jump to verses 9. He said, I will cause them to eat the flesh of the son and the flesh of their daughters, and they shall eat every one the flesh of his friend in the siege, and strengthens wherewith the enemy, and they that seek their life. Who seek your life is Esau, Edom, understand? Esau, Edom seek your life. They're the one trying to kill you. It's all written throughout the whole Bible. How do we know that? Let me prove it to you. Let's go in the book of Matthew, right? Let's go to Matthew. I want to prove it to you. Bear with me. Let's go in the book of Matthew. I want to prove it to you, all right? Because a lot of you out there, you simp when you don't know, man. You don't understand that. I'll prove it to you. I'll prove it, right? Who seek your life? Esau, Edom, right? Esau, Edom, right? The pale nation, the pale skin nation. They're the one that seek your life, man, right? They're the one that seek your life, right? And we're going to show it, right? Let's read this, right? This is the book of Matthew chapter 2 and verses 2. Saying where? He said, let's just read from verses 1, right? This is the book of Matthew chapter 2 and verse 1. Now when Yahushua was born in Bethlehem of Judea, in the days of Herod. Now, if you don't know who is Herod, Herod is the forefather of Joe Biden. Okay, Herod is the forefather of Joe Biden. Herod is the great grandfather of who? Of Donald Trump. Understand that? All right. That's pure fact. You can't deny. They can't debunk it. We call it hypnosis, right? We call it rotor. All you out there, you got paid. You got paid to debunk this. Prove it that Herod is not the forefather or the great grandfather of Joe Biden, right? The so-called Queen of England, Boris Johnson, Emmanuel Macron, Justin Trudeau. Yeah, you prove it that we lying. Prove it. Because we got books on it, man. We got facts that we can use to back it up. If not, yeah, we just making up things. That's why I want to show you who is Esau. The man of sin. You see this? This is Esau Edom. You see that? Esau Edom. This is Esau Edom. Okay, you see that? There we go. It's clear, man. There's nothing you can miss. It's plain and simple. This is the Edomite, right? Right? The people against whom the Lord has what? Indignation forever. Okay, you see that? He said, well, the hidden identity of the man of sin, Esau Edom. Esau Edom. Later they became Roman, because they stole the land of the children of who? Of Japheth, and took the land. You see the book right here? Right? He said, well, with what? Biblical and historical proof. Dr. Benaiah Yasharal. Understand that? All right? So you can't make this up, man. This is Edom. This is the Edomite for you. All right? So keep in mind, they're the one that hunting, that seek your life. All right? Let's see. They have done it in the time of Yahushua. Mashiach will prove it. So this is the book of Matthew, chapter 2, and we're going to read verses 2. He said, there came wise men from the east to Jerusalem, saying, what is he that is born king of the Jews? For we have seen his star in the east, and are come to worship him. Right? When you go to Jeremiah 23 and 5, we're going to prove it. Jeremiah 23 and 5. Jeremiah 23 and 5. Let's go to it. This is the book of Jeremiah chapter 23 and verses 5. Behold, the day is come, said the Lord, that I'll raise unto David a righteous branch, and the king shall reign and prosper, and shall execute judgment and justice in the earth. Right? In his day, Judah, Yahweh shall be saved, and Yashala, Israel, shall dwell safely. And this is the name whereby he shall be called the Lord our righteousness, right? Okay, so understand. Let's go right here. Let's go back to the book of Matthew. This is the book of Matthew, chapter 2, and verses 3. When Herod, Esau, Joe Biden, all right, Donald Trump, and the list goes on and on and on, right? He said, when Herod, right, the king, let me prove it, man. You know what? I'm gonna go to Scholar. Let's go to Scholar, all right? So we want this video to be deep and heavy, all right? We want to bring out heavy information, all right? We just don't want to speak just to speak. We don't want to operate like that, right? So we're gonna bring out what? Heavy information. First and foremost, I want to go into this Bible. It's called what? Zondervan Compact Bible Dictionary. I want to go over there, and we're gonna go to Hero, right? Let me show you who is Hero, all right? Let's go to Zondervan Bible Dictionary. Bear with me, all right? Hero, right? Let's read it. Hero, all right? We're gonna prove it. Understand? Because a lot of you out there, you simple, you don't know any better, all right? You don't know any better. So somebody got to give you understanding, and that's what we're about to do. Okay, let's read it. We're gonna read it. I'm right here on the page 224. Page 224 of the Zondervan Bible Compact Bible Dictionary. Let's read it again quick. He read it. Herod, Idumean rulers of Palestine. Idumean. The word Idumean is a Greek word. It just means what? Wasted away he is, right? Without melanin. They're pale-skinned people, understand that? Pale skin. Alright? So we're gonna let the scholar bring it out for you. He said, Idumean, ruler of Palestine, 47 before Christ, right? Unto 79. Unto 79. So he ruled, right? 47 before Christ, BC, unto what? 79 AD. Line started with Antipater, right? So that's the time they start ruling, right? The Idumean, right? AKA so-called white people. aka so-called white people, right? Understand that. We want that to be clear. This had nothing to do with hate, because YouTube and all the mainstream media, they're quick to say, yeah, we're teaching hate. No, man, this is a fact. This is a fact. This is actual what we call love and truth. If you get caught, that means, well, you do evil. Why are you getting caught up, man? Let's read it. He said, with Antipater, whom Julius Caesar made procurator of Judea, right, in 47 BC. Herod the Great, first procurator of Galilee, the kings of the Jews, right? All right? So let's go right here. I'm going to grab another one, right? Let's go right here. We're going to go right here. I want to grab another Bible dictionary, because I got some great scholar and I'm going to let them speak for you. Here is another one. Okay? Dictionary of the Bible by who? John L. Mackenzie, right? This time, man. Understand that, all right? Let me look up here real quick. Let's see if they have it here, right? Because sometimes they might not have it, right? I have not read it in this book, but let's take a look. Herod. Let's take a look. Herod, all right? Let's see what is his lineage, right? Let's check it out right here. There we go. They got a long, listen, it's a long writing on that devil. Understand that? It's a long, listen, a long one, right? Over, look, all this from here, starting from here, you see this page right here? Starting from here, right? Look at all this is talking about, is breaking them down. You see that? You see that? There we go, man. You can't make this stuff up, right? And you got what? The family of Herod. There we go right here. This is the family of Herod right there. You see that? That's the family of Herod right here, being breaking down to you, right? Right? It go back to who? Esau, Edom, all right? Understand that. Then Idumea, right? Let's read it. You say, Herod. The name is common in profane Greek literature, history, and inscription. Satellite king of Judea under the Roman 37 to 4 BC and founder of the Herodian family, several members of which appear in the New Testament. Herod was the son of the Idumea. Idumea, let's go to, we're going to look up that word. Idumea. Right, let's take a look at the word Idumea. Idumea, let's see what is the meaning. What does the word go back to? Idumea. So it won't be that we're just making it up. Right, let's read it. Okay, let's read it. Idumea. Right, I'm on the page of this, the dictionary of the Bible, right, by John L. Mackenzie, page 382. And I'm reading, he said, Idumea, Greek Idumea, from Hebrew Edom. You see that? From Hebrew Edom. So in Greek, they say Idumea, right? So it's the same thing, right? Instead of saying Esau, they say Idumea. He said the word used in the Greek number, let me see, for Edom, right? LXAS. So XS stands for what? For 10, right? So he said for Edom, the Edomite occupation of southern Judah after the fall of Jerusalem in 580 BC is attested in several biblical allusions. So understand that, man. You see that? You see that? He said this movement was due not only to the land, right? Hunger, right? To the land hunger of the Edomite. You see? The Edomite, they were always hungering after our land. Hey, what's up, brother? They were always hungry after our land. They always want to take our land. Who? Esau, Edom. That's what we're reading right here. Let's read it again. I didn't write this. Did I write this book? This Bible dictionary? Did I? I did not. I'm just happening. I just happen to be reading, right? Let me read it again. Right? Let's read it. He said, this movement was due not only to the land hunger of the Edomite, but also to the pressure upon them by invading Arabian tribe who seem to have occupied ancient Edom after the 4th century before Christ. You see? There we go, man. Idumea, right? It's Esau, Edom. Genesis 25 and 25. Genesis 25 and 25. You don't know what it is? Let's go right here. We're going to go to the Zondervan Compact Bible Dictionary, and we're going to prove what the meaning of what Idumea, right? Let's go to it. So we want to expose it. Let it expose it. So let debunk everything, right? We call it secrecy, root. All of you out there, all of you, you get paid, all the mainstream media that get paid to debunk it. We want you to debunk this, please. Debunk it, all right? And write a new article and say it's a lie. Make it that it's a lie that Herod was not a so-called white man, okay? Change it, buddy. Do that, please. We want you to do that. Let's take a look at Idumea from another scholar, right? It won't be my word. Let's go right here, man. Let's go to Idumea. In the beginning, let's see. Who is Idumea? The Idumea, right? Let's see. Let's check it out. Huh. Everything is in the A. It's here, man. You can't hide it. Let's read it. It says, Idumea, pertaining to Edom. Pertaining to who? Hold on. I got to highlight it. I got to highlight it, and I'm going to show it to the brother so everybody can see. Everybody online, on Facebook, the brother later on when I post this video on YouTube, the brother and the sister, they'll be able to see clearly. So let me go ahead and highlight it. Salakia, bear with me, brother. Stay there, brother. We're going to highlight it so everybody can see. So it won't be like we just making it up. Oh, we just teaching it, we spew it. No, there we go, right there. You see the highlight portion? There we go, man. You see that? There we go. That's the highlight portion. You see that? Page 239. Idumea. It said pertaining to Edom. You see that? All right? You see that? You see that? Pertaining to Edom. Edom, Greek and Roman name. There we go. Greek and Roman name for Edom. Greek and Roman name for Edom. Understand that? Understand that? So some of you trying to run your mouth, talking about this and that, guess what? Confounded. The most I just confound. The scholar, they just expose it.
And they call his name
Esau Edom. Exactly. Genesis 25:25. We already know. We are gonna let's see what he did, right? He said, this is the book of Matthew, chapter 2, and verses 3. When Herod the king had heard this thing, he was troubled. So when the white man, known as Herod, when he heard that Jesus, Yahweh Shah was born, he heard that the king of the Jews were born, he was troubled. Right? Shalom, yes. He was troubled. He was scared. He thought, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Who is born? The king of the Jews? Then what am I then? So he was concerned. And that's the problem of America today. You see the brother, the so-called black, the so-called African American, they're waking up, man. And the brother bringing out the word of the Most High, the brother be on the Holy Spirit. They be on fire, man. The young brother and the young sister, they be bringing out heavy. And Esau can't stop it. They can't stop it. Even though they come out, they're plotting, they're saying things, they're plotting with the CIA, the FBI, right, the SWAT team, all this. They're trying to do everything to make us look bad. Guess what? The Most High see waking up the young brother, man. The brother waking up and they're keeping the commandment. And guess what is happening? America is scared right now. They're scared because they realize that, wow, these people that we call slaves, we call them all this name. We call them all this name. These people waking up and they're keeping the commandment of the God, really? And they're talking about that. They're exposing us and they're exposing our religion, the Christian church. Wow. It's out of their hand, man.